domestic stock market has been exceptionally strong in recent months. How long can this momentum last? For the rally to continue, Korean firms need to deliver sustained, tangible growth. Over the past 2 decades, the share of firms achieving annual revenue growth above 10% has declined, while the share experiencing stagnation or contraction has increased. The market remains buoyant, but the underlying engine of growth is weakening. In response to persistently low growth, advanced economies have increasingly adopted a targeted policy approach: scale-up policy. This approach targets firms beyond the startup phase and helps them overcome barriers to expansion. Among these firms, those that rapidly expand both revenue and employment are classified as high-growth firms, or HGFs. In Korea, however, the share of high-growth firms among companies aged 8 to 19 years, typically entering a phase of full-scale expansion, has fallen by half over the past 15 years. In other words, these firms are losing momentum just as they should be accelerating. How important are high-growth firms to the broader economy? Data from Statistics Korea's Survey of Business Activities show that high-growth firms drive about half of total firm-level revenue growth and 38% of job creation. Industries with more high-growth firms, whether measured by firm count or revenue, tend to see stronger productivity gains. Even firms that are not high growth in these industries tend to be more productive and allocate resources more efficiently. In short, a greater presence of high-growth firms supports growth, employment, and productivity across the economy. What does it take to become a high-growth firm? KDI analyzed the key drivers of high growth. In manufacturing, firms are more likely to achieve high growth when they make greater use of AI, export more, invest more in R&D, and hold more patents. In services, the drivers differ. Intangible assets such as branding and design play a central role. These patterns suggest that growth drivers vary by industry and firm. Policy support should therefore move beyond a narrow focus on individual instruments such as R&D subsidies. Rather than requiring firms to apply to multiple programs separately, a single, unified application channel should be established. The government should diagnose firm-specific bottlenecks and connect firms to tailored policy tools and relevant private services they need. Support should also be differentiated by urgency. Firms requiring rapid scaling should be placed on fast-track procedures. Those needing structural improvement should instead be supported through stage-based, performance-oriented programs.
지금처럼 소수 기업을 선발해 R&D 보조금을 주는 방식만으로는 효과적인 성장 지원이 어렵습니다. 기업마다 성장의 병목이 다르기 때문입니다. 중요한 것은 사업을 늘리는 게 아니라 한번 신청하면 필요한 정책과 민간 서비스를 맞춤형으로 연결해주는 원스톱 체계를 만드는 것입니다. 또한 기업 성장을 목표로 하는 정책은 명확히 구분해 통합 관리해야 합니다. 성과 역시 지원 건수가 아니라 생산성 향상, 고성장 전환, 수출 확대 같은 실질적 변화로 평가해야 합니다. 그래야 기업 성장으로 이어지지 않는 사업을 걸러내고 진짜 성장 정책에 집중할 수 있습니다.
Firm growth policies must now move beyond standardized support and focus on the real drivers of growth.